What's crack-a-lackin', everyone? Thanks for coming back. This is Sean Casilli with Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate here in Panama City Beach, Florida. If this is your first time coming to the channel, you're gonna wanna hit the subscribe button. If you find the content useful and this is like your second, third, or fourth time watching the video, click like, click share, leave a comment below. Let me know your feedback. Let me know if any of this has been beneficial to you, whether you are a fellow agent or a consumer, a customer. And if you have any other strategies that you may even disagree with, please leave a comment below so we can all help learn from each other. So the topic for today that I wanted to cover is about buyers. Whether you're a first-time buyer or you're a buyer just coming back into the market, here's some great tips, some reminders, some points of things that you want to keep in mind, things to watch out for. So let's get started. Okay guys, point number one. Very important. The first thing you should do when you're coming back into the market to purchase a home, talk to a lender. Unless you're going to pay cash, you need to get a pre-approval. I'm not talking pre-qualified. There's a link in the description below to a blog article I've written on the difference between pre-qual and pre-approval. Big difference. One is just, to summarize real quick, one is just a piece of paper that your bank says, yeah, you can go spend money. And the other one actually goes through underwriting and everything. It's actually backed up a lot better so that you actually know what you can spend. I don't care what website that you're shopping on, whether it's Zillow, Realtor.com. There might be some other website that has some fancy calculator and it gave you a really good idea of what you think that you can spend. And hey, you might even feel comfortable spending a certain amount. But the lender that you're working with is the one that makes the decision on what you actually can spend. So the general rule of thumb is you don't want to have a debt to income ratio of 43% or more. I have a few reasons why you should try and improve on that a little bit more. We'll get into that maybe in another video, but bottom line is you might have a completely different idea of what you can or are willing to spend, but your lender may have a different idea. So why is that important? Well, I've actually had some customers come to me saying, I fired my last agent because they wouldn't show me property without a pre-approval. Well, if you already are on board with this idea, go ahead and skip to the next point. But for the rest of us that are, kind of frustrated with that idea, let's explain that. So they actually did those people a favor that wouldn't show them property. Why do I say that? Think about going and finding your dream home only to find out that you can't purchase it because your lender won't give you the funds necessary to purchase that home. It's gonna crush you, right? It's total heartbreak. You don't want that to happen to you. Very important. So make sure you talk to a lender. If you need a recommendation, again, check the description area below and I'll point you in the right direction. Got a great team of lenders that we work with here in Panama City Beach. We'll get you into your dream home and we'll know in advance what you can spend. Point number two, after we know what you can spend, it's time to make a short list of the must-haves. These are the things that you are not willing to compromise. Now, I'm not saying that we're gonna find your unicorn because that just never happens. If you're one of the rare people that has found one where it has been 100%, it's checked off every single one of your check boxes of, oh my goodness, I have to have this in my home, from location to fixtures to everything, size yard, everything. I'm talking everything, 100%. Tell me that story below in the comments. I gotta hear that one. We usually say that if you're 75, 80% of your check boxes are filled, we're money. This is a property we need to make an offer on. The rest of the time, okay, so let's get out of the rest of the time. Let's figure out what is our criteria that's going to help us get to that 80%. I want you to focus on the things that are the most expensive to correct. So if we got 20% of things that we need to do to a home to make it your own, let's make sure that those 20% of the things are low budget items, or at least low budget in comparison to some of the other big ticket items. Like, let's say location. You might have the perfect house, perfect dream house, but it is not where you want it. Maybe it's super important to you to be close to the beach or close to your favorite restaurants or close to your favorite shopping, or maybe your buddy is like 2 doors down and it's got to be on that street. but the layout isn't right or something. Okay, we can't move the house. Well, sometimes we can, but generally we don't move houses, but it can be done. But again, we're going back to expensive. What else is expensive? Bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels. So maybe you might want to, if a kitchen is super important to you and you have like this perfect idea of what a perfect kitchen's got to be like, make sure you find one with the right kitchen. Location, if the location is super important to you, make sure it's in the right location. We're starting to get the idea here. If it's expensive, make sure it's within that 75 to 80% of your criteria. And then let's work on some of the smaller things, like let's say the kid's bedroom is the wrong color, or maybe the landscaping could be improved to fit your needs or tastes a little bit better. Okay, moving on. Once we know what you can spend, and once we've made your short list of must-haves, you're starting to get an idea of what the market looks like, what's available out there. Be careful not to rush at this point, but when you find the right one, don't drag your feet either. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself there, so let me explain. Don't be caught with an agent that is super hungry. Find out how many other customers your buyer's agent has at the moment. If you're their only prospect for that month, you may be their only chance for a paycheck to put food on the table. Hence, they might try and, maybe even unknowingly, try and push you into a situation that is not necessarily a good fit for you. So conversely, you'd want to stay away from an agent that's doing 1 billion deals this month because they don't have the time to give you the attention that you really need. But if you find an agent that has the proper amount of workload, has taken the time to get to know you and your needs, and has helped you find that 75 to 80% of your check boxes, and you're pre-approved, now it's time to come in, make an offer, and make it a strong one. I always say that you want to come in strong when you find the right property. You want to go your best and final right away, because you may not get a second chance to make a better offer. And take a look at the date on this video, because market conditions do change, but right now we are in a fast-paced, aggressive seller's market. So when you find that right property, and chances are it's going to appeal to a wide range of people, those properties are coming on the market 1, 2, 3 days, maybe a week, and they're snapped up right away. Okay, you guys, fourth and final tip for this video on buyers coming into the market. There's a common misconception out there that a buyer can get the best deal by working directly with the listing agent. Oh, this is so not true. Please listen to this part. Yes, you might be able to get a listing agent to reduce their commission, I don't know, let's say 1%, and they slide it to you at closing. That's what you're after, right? That's why you want to work with the listing agent in the first place, right? Right? Okay, well, that sounds reasonable. I agree with that. But what if the listing is overpriced by 5 to 10%? Well, naturally, the listing agent, since they're representing me, the buyer, they're going to still show me the comps that would reflect the proper range of what the home is worth, right? Let's back up a little bit. Let's say I'm going to go on this listing appointment and I'm going to say, Mr. Seller, I would love to sell your home at a fire sale, and I don't care how long it takes. I'm probably not going to get that listing. Scenario number 2. Hello, Mr. Seller. I would love to sell your home at a fair price. Hey, this agent has integrity. Still probably not going to get the listing. I don't care what niche you're in. Every seller is expecting a listing agent to not only say, but to deliver on, hello, Mr. Seller. I would love to sell your home at top dollar in the shortest amount of time possible. Now, if you don't have a buyer's agent representing you and giving you the most accurate comps possible for what the proper range is for the property that you want to make an offer on, can you kind of see where this could be headed? All right, you guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. If you found it useful, please leave a comment below, like it, give it a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing more and more stuff like this. and share it with other agents that you think might need to know this, or other family members or friends that are entering the market as buyers right now. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Until next time, bye-bye for now.